The 1950s were a golden era for the automotive industry. Car manufacturers were in a fierce race for prestige, trying to build the fastest and most advanced cars of the time. While today's standards are completely different, the sports cars of that decade were already true high-performance machines. If today we talk about supercars breaking the 400 kilometers per hour mark, back in 1950, any car that could go over 180 kilometers per hour was already a wild beast. In this video, we're going back in time to check out the 5 fastest cars released that year. Get ready for powerful engines, classic designs, and a whole lot of speed. So hit that like button and join me on this time travel journey to discover the 5 fastest cars of 1950. 5th place, Ferrari 195 Inter. We're kicking off our list with a name that needs no introduction, Ferrari. By 1950, the Italian brand was already proving to the world that its mission was to build fast and sophisticated cars. A perfect example of that was the Ferrari 195 Inter, a sleek Grand Tourer that hid a fierce spirit under the hood. Powered by a 2.3-liter V12 engine, it delivered around 130 horsepower, an impressive figure for a street car at the time. With this setup, the 195 Inter could reach a top speed of 185 kilometers per hour. That might not sound like much by today's standards, but remember, this was 1950, when most cars struggled to break 120 kilometers per hour. Besides its performance, the model stood out for its refined design, with a body crafted by renowned Italian studios like Finale and Gaia. The Ferrari 195 Inter was one of the brand's first models designed more for the open road than the racetrack, paving the way for Ferrari's future Grand Tourers. Now, let's move on to a British car that made history with its surprising speed. 4th place, Jaguar XK120. If the Ferrari 195 Inter was already impressive, the 4th spot on our list brought a true revolution to the sports car world, the Jaguar XK120. Released in 1950, it not only became an icon of British design but also held the title of the fastest production car in the world at the time. Under the hood, the XK120 packed a 3.4 liters inline-6 engine that produced 160 horsepower. But what really stood out was its top speed officially. It was designed to hit 120 miles per hour, 193 km/h, which is where the name XK120 comes from. However, in real-world tests, the car went even further, reaching an astonishing 200 kilometers per hour. This performance made the XK120 an instant success, attracting both race drivers and celebrities. And beyond being fast, it was one of the most beautiful cars of the decade, with sleek aerodynamic curves and impeccable craftsmanship. But if you think 200 kilometers per hour was already an incredible feat for 1950, just wait until you see the next car on the list. 3rd place, Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 SS. If there's one brand that knows how to combine sportiness and elegance, it's Alfa Romeo. In 1950, one of its most iconic models earned its place among the fastest cars of the year, the Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 Super Sport. This Italian classic was powered by a 2.5-liter inline-6 engine, delivering 110 horsepower. Thanks to its lightweight construction and refined engineering, the 6C 2500 SS could reach a top speed of 190 km/h, an impressive number for a Grand Tourer of that era. Beyond its performance, the car stood out for its flawless design, with bodies crafted by renowned coach builders like Touring and Pininfarina. No wonder it was a favorite among Europe's elite. But it wasn't just about luxury. Many of its innovations influenced Alfa Romeo's race cars in the following years. Now, we've reached the top 2. The next car on our list is an absolute speed monster. 2nd place, Allard J2. Taking 2nd place on our list is a car that broke barriers and revolutionized motorsports, the Allard J2. Designed for racing, this British sports car combined the lightweight chassis of European cars with the raw power of American engines, creating a true speed machine. The Allard J2 came with various V8 engine options, but the most powerful version was equipped with a 5.4 liters Cadillac engine, pushing out 160 horsepower, an insane number for 1950. This gave it a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour, making it one of the fastest cars in the world that year. Beyond its jaw-dropping performance, the J2 dominated the track, securing victories in endurance races and influencing the development of future supercars. Its blend of brute power and minimalist design inspired brands like Shelby and AC in the years to come. But we're not done yet. The number one car on this list managed to surpass all the others from 1950, and in an absolutely mind-blowing way. First place, Pegaso Z102. We've reached the ultimate champion of our list, the Pegaso Z102. If you've never heard of this Spanish sports car, get ready to discover one of the most advanced and fastest cars of 1950. Designed by Pegaso, a Spanish brand specializing in high-performance vehicles, the Z102 was a true masterpiece of engineering. Its 2.8-liter V8 engine, equipped with a supercharger, delivered an insane 250 horsepower and absolutely mind-blowing figure for the time. The result? A staggering top speed of 220 kilometers per hour, leaving even legendary brands like Ferrari and Jaguar in the dust. But the Pegaso Z102 wasn't just about speed, it was one of the most innovative cars of the decade, featuring a sophisticated chassis and an aerodynamic design that looked like it came straight from the future. It didn't just dominate the streets, it also made history on the racetrack. And that wraps up our list. But before we go, here's a question for you. Do you think you could handle one of these speed monsters? So, which of these cars impressed you the most? Did you already know all of them, or did one of them catch you by surprise? There's no doubt that 1950 was an incredible year for the automotive world, with machines that pushed the limits of their time and helped shape the history of sports cars. If we have ultra-modern supercars today, it's thanks to these pioneers' powerful engines and innovative engineering paving the way for the future of speed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more classic and high-speed car content. And drop a comment below. If you could get behind the wheel of one of these models, which one would it be? Let's chat in the comments. See you in the next video.